Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, well my very first video. Today I'm doing a French manicure gel polish set with a couple of hard gel extensions, just because a couple of the nails are a little bit shorter than the others. Right now I'm using some pure acetone to wipe off the excess nail polish that was left behind from something she'd done before. The hands are already sanitised. I'm just about to go in with my prep in a second. I'm just filing the nail, filing the free edge, to just refine the shape a little bit because they were a little bit neglected and raggedy. I'm just going in with my Navy Pro Tools Ethel, and I'm just pushing the cuticles back gently and clearing the nail plate of any dead tissue or anything left behind on the nail, which will help prevent lifting and durability. Just going in with my blunt torpedo CJP file, using the 180 grit, just to gently etch that nail plate and just to remove any excess from scraping the cuticles. Then I'll go in my dusty brush and brush all the excess off, and now I'm using my Prep Plus from CJP to cleanse it. Just going in with some IBX repair as well, because a couple of them were just a little bit neglected and a little bit damaged, so I thought we'll give it a bit of TLC and put some IBX treatment on. So I put a thin coat on, leave them under just a normal table lamp to warm them, dab off the excess, and then cure in my lamp for the normal time that I'd cure the gel polish, and then cleanse afterwards. And then I go in with my IBX strengthener, and again heat, dab off excess, avoiding touching the skin. And I've lost my train of thought now, sorry. Just had a message come through and I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, so dab off excess, avoid touching the skin, because we don't want any product on the skin. And then into the lamp to cure, and then cleanse. I use my so I can't even talk today, sorry. CJP cleanse. Here we go, get it out in the end. So you might notice I tend to waffle quite a bit. My nails are rather short at the moment because I kind of battered mine. So I've currently got on just a very short overlay of Hey Dolly by CJP. You may notice that I might have a bit of an addiction to CJP. I'm now going with my black bottle CJP dehydrator. See, I do love my CJP. And my CJP forms. I've got the butterfly forms. I am planning on getting their new holographic ones. I'm very excited about getting them, but I've just spent too much on the Black Friday deal, so I need to save some pennies. So yeah, so I'm just going in with my Gellux hard gel, just doing around the free edge over between the free edge of the nail and the form, doing a thin coat. And then I'll cure that and then go in with my second coat and work more on my structure and my apex. You'll see that I tend to, it's almost like you're tickling the gel rather than pat, and brush with acrylic. It's a very different technique. I'm just extending them ever so slightly, making sure my form is nice and secure and in place. And I'm going in with my second coat of the hard gel, although my hand's in the way, you can't blooming see a thing. Might be able to see better on this now. Yep, rolling it off the brush, tickling it into place and where I want it. Sealing that free edge, just extending it out just a little bit so it matches all the other nails. We're going for quite a natural look. We don't want anything too extravagant. Well, yeah, we didn't want anything too extravagant and long. Although this might be long to other people, it's a rather short set to me personally. And again, that was cured in the lamp. I will leave in the description box a list of all the products I've used in this video today. I'm just removing my forms and using the cleanser to wipe off any tacky layer left behind. And I'll go in with my CJP 180 and 100 grit torpedo file. Best files ever, by the way. Seriously, best files ever. Just going in and refining that shape and making sure it's all sidewalls are brought in, apex is in the right place, checking all over the nail, looking down the barrel of the nail, making sure everything's nice and neat, all the cuticles nice and neat, and dusty brush, dust off excess so I can actually see. Then I go with my CJP sponge buffer, 180 grit, again, just to make it nice and smooth. Not too smooth so the polish won't stick to it, but smooth so you don't see where I filed. As you can see, I'm just doing the thumb now as well. She's already got a beautiful natural C curve on most of her nails, but I always prefer sculpting. It just gives that better C curve rather than tips. Personally, I find, I know you can get pinch tips, and I'm sure tips work really well for most people. Personal preference, I just love sculpting. I find it much less of a faff than tips, which I know loads of people will argue to us and say, how is that less of a faff? Because obviously tips is far less of a faff. But no, I find sculpting far less of a faff personally, but it's personal preference. Just going back in with my cleanser again, just touching up with a file there. Just obviously thought, oh no, that needs a bit more. I do faff a lot. As you can see, I waffle a lot as well. I waffle and faff, so yeah. And now I'm going in with my CJP All About the Base, which is fabulous base coat. It's, as you can see, it's tinged a bit pink, so it's like hides any blemishes or anything, imperfections in the nails. It's just a perfect base coat. And then I'm going in with CJLP. Why does my brain work? I'm so sorry. CJP white gel paint. And my dainty brush, my CJP dainty brush, just going in. I prefer doing it like this because I get a crisper edge, and it just, yeah, I get my nice smile line nicely in there. Like I said, it's going for quite a classic French, not too standouty. So I'll go in a minute again with the All About the Base, just to put another layer over that, just to kind of blend in so it's not too bright white. That makes any sense to anybody. Just going in with my second coat now, just to make it a bit more pigmented and not so opaque and patchy. Obviously fluffed that one a bit. Just something so classic and timeless and elegant about French. Just it is timeless. Obviously it's not like the super square like French manicures that we used to get in the noughties, but pink and whites. But yeah, so now I'm going back in with All About the Base again, just to soften that white and into the pink, so it's not as bright and just makes it a little bit more subtle. And then I'll be going in with my CJP Top Shine, which is amazing. Seriously, on the fence about CJLP, get it. You won't be disappointed, I promise. I am not an ambassador. I'm not promoting them because they're paying me to. I'm promoting them because they are amazing. So yeah. And then I'll cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds in LED, 48 watt lamp. 2 minutes in a UV, I believe. Might have to double check that though, don't quote me on that. I only know because I've got an LED lamp. So yeah. Once I've top shined, then I'll leave it to cool down a little bit before I go in with the cleanser and a lint-free wipe to wipe off the tacky layer. And then I'll go in with my cuticle oil in a second. Make those cuticles all lovely and soft and wonderful. You should use cuticle oil every day. So anyway, thank you ever so much if you've actually managed to watch this entire video. I really do appreciate it, thank you. If you liked it and didn't find me waffling too much or find my voice too irritating, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd be really, really appreciative. Thank you so much. Anyway, there's the finished result. So thanks then. Bye.